One of the world's most famous rappers, Kanye West, has been spotted wearing a Satoshi Nakamoto hat in Beverly Hills, California. That's just days after JPMorgan canceled his bank account, with West complaining, "I put $140 million into JPMorgan, and they treated me like crap." Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JPMorgan Chase, the biggest US bank by assets, is cutting ties with rapper Kanye West. This comes after West shared some anti-Semitic conspiracy theories in a series of social media ramblings in recent weeks, and his appearance on Fox's Tucker Carlson Tonight, at times the most watched infotainment and evening news program in the US. The angle here, you can probably intuit just by context, is that this is why crypto matters. Decentralized financial networks are colorblind, accessible to anyone with capital and a computer. Ye, as an artist and fashionista as he calls himself, has until November 21st to find a new place to park his fortune. Maybe he'll choose Bitcoin or some yield-bearing decentralized finance DeFi program. There are also plenty of other banks or credit unions that no doubt would be thrilled to serve the billionaire. I'm not going to wade into whether West's recent antics cross the line. The guy revels in controversy and quite conceivably has a mental disorder. Unfortunately, it's impossible to judge whether Chase, the banking part of JPMorgan Chase, was justified in pushing him out. A letter from the bank, seemingly confirmed as real by West after it surfaced on Twitter, gives no formal reason. But it's worth saying that a few things about financial censorship, far from being a new phenomenon, this latter-day version of redlining seems to be accelerating in the US and around the world. Regulators are even stepping into the realm of cryptocurrency to set boundaries around what protocols should, not can, because you can't halt a smart contract, be used. There are legitimate reasons for halting transactions and freezing accounts, as long as it's not discrimination based on race, sex, gender, religion, or other protected characteristics. Businesses that refuse service are just practicing their rights. This is true. In my book, even when a president gets kicked off their favorite microblogging sites, it's a constitutional and moral matter. What's worrying is not the ability for banks to decide which clients they serve, but the arbitrariness with which they can act. The timing here for West seems to suggest the reputational risks for JPMorgan and are no longer worth the business he brings in, but no one can say for sure. West has had long-standing issues JPMorgan Chase. Just last month, he complained about not being able to get CEO Jamie Dimon on the phone and also criticized executives in its wealth management and investment banking divisions. It's entirely plausible West's public condemnation of the bank was enough reason to prompt cutting him off. And at the timing of the revelation following the recent social media drama is coincidental. The move by the bank parallels recent troubles with Adidas and Gap. It's not exactly clear if those long-standing corporate partners for West's fashion line initiated the breakup or if it was Kanye. You can try reading his Instagram, but no one should be surprised when corporate America bucks a little at controversy. "It's time for me to go it alone," Ye said in an interview with Bloomberg last month. "It's fine. I made the company's money. The company made me money. Now it's time for Ye to make the new industry. No more companies standing in between me and the audience." In one sense, West is again ahead of the curve. Putting aside his apparent bigotry, his messages that are borderline incitements of violence, his egomania, West is deciding to go it alone, and likely the world will follow. Not West himself, but in carving out their own paths. There is a trend spurred by the advent of the internet and supercharged by crypto. Digitization allows anyone to build a business, a brand, a life without intermediaries. Doesn't matter when banks penalize dissidents. Yes, but it has mattered less and less since Bitcoin became an option. West praised Bitcoin on the Joe Rogan podcast in 2020. "The Bitcoin guys have a perspective on what the true liberation of America and humanity will be," he said at the time. Satoshi Nakamoto invented Bitcoin as a means of transmitting money without the need for third-party intermediaries like banks. By extension, this has given Bitcoin a reputation as censorship-resistant money, as only users have the power to move coins controlled by their personal private keys. Canada's Freedom Convoy protesters used Bitcoin to bypass restrictions on its fundraising from GoFundMe in February after the government froze bank accounts associated with the movement. West has recently agreed to buy Parler, a social media site dedicated to maintaining free speech, which also hosts an NFT marketplace. Meanwhile, Dogecoin fanatic Elon Musk has agreed to buy Twitter in hopes of making it more free speech focused.